Hey there, and welcome to this Premium Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the world of international corporate structuring. We're going to methodically break down exactly how you can establish a Swiss company, specifically a GmbH or Sàrl, entirely from abroad. If you're an international entrepreneur, a consultant, or a business owner looking to expand your footprint, you are in the right place. This advisory session is built specifically for you. So let's kick things off with the ultimate question, the million-dollar question that brings most founders to the table. Is it legally and practically possible to establish a Swiss entity while remaining in your home country? Well, the short answer is yes, but the practical answer is that it requires a very specific, carefully managed framework to pull off successfully. Whether you're a US consultant wanting to invoice Swiss clients directly, a UK agency looking for a strong post-Brexit European foothold, maybe an Australian founder expanding across borders, or a German company setting up a subsidiary, the reality is international entrepreneurs are successfully navigating this expansion every single day. It's totally standard practice, provided you play by the rules. We have a lot of great ground to cover, so here is our roadmap for today. 1. The international Swiss opportunity. 2. Rules of foreign ownership. 3. The Swiss formation process. 4. Capital and banking realities. 5. Tax and remote operations. And finally, 6. International case studies.
All right, let's jump straight into Section 1, the international Swiss opportunity.
Now, you might be wondering, why Switzerland? Well, entrepreneurs choose Switzerland for way more than just its favorable tax environment. It's really about profound, unmatched economic and legal stability. Operating under a Swiss entity commands a premium international reputation. It signals absolute reliability to your partners and gives you direct, frictionless access to Swiss clients and the broader European market. It's basically a gold standard. Moving right along to Section 2, Rules of Foreign Ownership. Okay, pay close attention here because this is the golden rule of Swiss corporate law for international founders. Your ownership can be entirely foreign. A US or UK resident can literally own 100% of the shares. But, and this is a critical but, the operational reality is that your company must have a local Swiss anchor. You need at least one manager or director who actually lives in Switzerland. This rule is formally known as Article 814 of the Code of Obligations. Now, a very common pitfall is completely misunderstanding how this works. The Swiss authorities just need someone on the ground that they can legally contact. But hey, don't worry if you don't have a business partner already hanging out in Geneva or Zurich. You can legally mandate a Swiss fiduciary to fulfill this mandate. They step in as your resident director, securely managing the local admin, while you retain total strategic control. Let's move to Section 3, the Swiss formation process. Precision is absolutely key here. It's a highly logical 5-step process. First, you mandate that Swiss fiduciary to be your local rep. Second, they draft your articles of association. Third, and this is a big one, you execute an international power of attorney. Fourth, you deposit your share capital into a Swiss bank. And finally, your fiduciary represents you at the notary and gets the company registered. Boom. By following these exact steps, the whole shebang can be orchestrated seamlessly right from your desk abroad. Let's actually zoom in on step 3 for a second. The Curation Notariale. This document is literally your bridge to Switzerland. Because you aren't physically present to sign the incorporation deeds, you sign this power of attorney in your home country. You then have it authenticated, usually with an international stamp called an apostille, and mail the original over to Switzerland. This allows your fiduciary to sit down with the Swiss notary on your behalf, effectively saving you a massive 12-hour flight just to sign a piece of paper. Next up, Section 4, Capital and Banking Realities. So here is the deal with the banking side of things. Swiss banking is famously secure, but that world-class security comes with absolute strictness. Anti-money laundering, or AML, and Know Your Customer, KYC laws, mean the bank is going to demand total transparency. They need to know exactly how you made your wealth and who the ultimate beneficial owners of the company truly are. No exceptions. To get things rolling, you must deposit a minimum of 20,000 Swiss francs into a capital deposit account. Now, while remote account opening is sometimes possible through certain digital or cantonal banks, it entirely depends on your specific file. You should anticipate some delays here. Actually, flying to Switzerland for just one day to meet the bankers face-to-face can dramatically speed this up. And having an established fiduciary introduce your file with a crystal-clear business plan, that's a real game changer for your approval odds. All right, Section 5, Tax and Remote Operations. Okay, Lock this number into your memory: 35%. Switzerland levies a 35% anticipatory withholding tax on dividends distributed from your Swiss company back to you abroad. Now, don't panic. You don't necessarily lose this money. Much or even all of this can often be reclaimed depending on the double taxation treaties between Switzerland and your home country. But it absolutely requires proper tax planning from day one.
And here is another absolutely vital number: 100,000. That's in Swiss francs. Once your global taxable revenue hits this specific mark, registering your Swiss company for VAT, value-added tax, becomes mandatory.
In practice, we see a few common pitfalls that you definitely want to avoid. First, you cannot just use a P.O. box. The commercial register demands a real physical address where authorities can reach you. Second, you must carefully contract the powers of your resident director so they can't make unauthorized decisions. Third, do not underestimate how long getting an apostille back home might take. Also, be super careful not to accidentally trigger Lex Kohler laws, which strictly limit foreigners from buying Swiss residential real estate. And finally, if you pay yourself a salary from the Swiss company, you absolutely cannot ignore Swiss AVS. Those are the mandatory Social Security contributions.
Let's bring this to life in Section 6, International Case Studies.
As you can see here, your specific timeline and document needs are going to shift dramatically depending on where you're from. If you're based in the US, getting an apostille varies state by state, and you'll have to get documents translated into French or German. In the UK, it's incredibly streamlined. You can actually get a government apostille online in just 3 to 5 days. For our Australian founders, extreme distance means you've got to bake 4 to 8 weeks of postal transit into your timeline. And for German founders, the shared language and regional banking familiarity mean no translations are needed, making the whole process swift and painless. Finally, Section 7, Key Takeaways. So, what's the ultimate bottom line of this explainer? Well, 100% foreign ownership is not just permissible, it is warmly welcomed. But that local Swiss representative? Absolutely non-negotiable. Your apostilled power of attorney is basically the critical path that dictates your entire timeline. Your banking documentation must be flawlessly transparent. And ultimately, partnering with a local Swiss fiduciary to structure all of this isn't just checking an admin box. It saves you significant time, helps you dodge legal pitfalls, and protects your capital. The Swiss system isn't a hurdle at all. It's a highly logical machine that greatly rewards meticulous preparation. For more information about creating a Swiss company as a non-resident, visit robuste.ch. You'll find a detailed guide linked in the description below. Proper structuring is the ultimate foundation for global growth. You know the rules of the game now. So I'll leave you with this thought. Will your business remain restricted to its local borders? Or are you ready to harness the reliability, stability, and absolute precision of a Swiss Sàrl? Take the time to prepare your strategy, and your business will reap the rewards of the Swiss marketplace. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.